Hey everybody, welcome to The Bottom Line. I'm Michael Noland, and boy, all I can say is what a 2-year ride it has been. The channel has reached 32,000 subscribers. That blows me away. Season 3 begins with this very video, and this video is to announce something that's going to happen on another channel at 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, that's here on the West Coast in the United States, PST, folks, Pacific Standard Time. And on Rachel's Ghost tomorrow morning, Rachel has invited me up to co-interview Terry freaking Draper from one of my favorite bands of all time, Klaatu. That's right, the same Klaatu that many people thought errantly were the Beatles. And that fact kind of worked against the band historically, but that did not stop them from producing 5 classic rock albums. But you know what? That was then, and now is now, and Terry Draper has got a brand new solo album. It's called In the Beginning, and that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. So don't forget, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, Rachel's Ghost, our interview with Terry Draper. And to kind of give you a flavor of what we're going to be talking about, I wanted to discuss just in general. I'll hold most of the big questions for Terry, but just in general, what this album is. I mean, it is more than just a collection of tracks, folks. All right, so with all of that in mind, what does this album offer us? Well, a whole lot more than you would even begin to think about on a first listen. You know, Terry was kind enough to send me the files for the album, and I've been spending the last week familiarizing myself with the songs. I still am not 100% familiar to the point like some of the Klaatu albums, but I've got to tell you, this album is a work of art in my opinion. Starting with track 1, I love the whole drone of this track going on, and the melody built upon that drone with harmonies coming in, and it just builds the whole piece. And of course, the lyrics were meant for somebody like me. He talks about the great civilizations, right? And he talks about that they are not even in some cases, our collective memory anymore. Göbekli Tepe kind of comes to mind, a site that has proven that mankind goes back further than many thought that they did. But that's not even the point of the song for me, as much as it is the hubris, and I've used that word when talking about the Hope album, right, from Klaatu. But the hubris of these past civilizations, he mentions the Atlanteans thought that they were gods. Sounds like a newspaper headline from 2024 to me. Or at least it would be a newspaper headlines if we had newspapers anymore. But you know what's not missing is the hubris within these past iconic kingdoms of mankind. And one of the lyrics from this song, "What we don't know would make the libraries overflow," hits home when you hear it. Now, that song is followed by All Aboard, a song that is reprised later in the album, and that, especially when you consider who the characters in the song, is an alludement to Klaatu, if you ask me. That's followed by the song Flowers, indicating that we're not what we necessarily think we are, but what others think of us. Now, when you tie that little item to some songs that come later in the album and what that first track says, this becomes very interesting, cementing the whole concept of the album for me, though, is Pig's Ears. a song about any artist, no matter what they are, whether they're a painter, a sculptor, or, in this case, a songwriter. We turn pig's ears into purses, all right? And sometimes the germ, the idea, is a squiggly little nothing, perhaps even not a very good thought. But somehow mankind, through its arts, transcend to a higher level. I love the whole concept. Now, going along with that theme, Sebastiano Elcano, the next track, a figure almost lost to history. The track Lost Within You, I love the whole concept of this, lost within you, lost without you. But it talks about being so wrapped up into someone else that your ego is no longer the only thing involved. All right, we'll get on to the rest of the tracks on this album tomorrow morning, but I do want to say one thing. This album is full of lyrics that says, question everything you think you know, and question even what you think is reality. Another song, Memory Lane. What is real? Our memories, where the past comes and exists in our mind, or what is actually right in front of us as we remember. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed the video tonight. I'm Michael Noland. I can't wait to talk to Terry in the morning, and can't wait to see you in the peanut gallery if you are able to show up. All right, again, Michael Noland, The Bottom Line. Together, you and I, folks, we are, as always, the tribe.